All right, Euphorians, we're back.
We're back.
It's been a week. We appreciate your patience. We normally would not be releasing the episode on Thursday. Paige was out of town, family business, but we're here. We think we've got our audio figured out, so please bear with us. This is a new season. We're trying to, it's our first time doing video.
We've upgraded the tech, upgraded the software.
We have not upgraded the alcohol, but we've upgraded the tech. We're still
true.
with cooks.
Speaking of,
Cheers. That's so euphoric.
Cheers. That's so euphoric.
Take a sip for good luck.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, really appreciate the patience and bearing with us because we're really trying to make this
Yeah, also really appreciate, the listens and the kind words, and maybe also the not so kind words. We got a comment that said, take a shower.
Come on. No one said you need to bathe.
Oh, you need to bathe, excuse
to
me.
be specific.
Well, we have to ride the New York City subway to get here, so I'm sorry that we don't look pristine. And I would like to see I would like to see the commenter who said that, but their dusty ass on screen for 2 hours. And we'll see how they look. So fuck you to that person. But to everyone else, thank you for the kind remarks.
No, seriously, it's been so much fun. And despite everything being said in the press, I'm sorry, this season is a banger. I'm enjoying it. I'm excited. I still am here saying the same thing I did last week. I am having so much fun. I'm loving it. I have my things that we'll get into, but overall, I think the press is absolutely fucking ridiculous. I'm kind of getting tired of it.
Can we talk about that for a second?
Yeah, I think to open up, that's been very glaring. Alex and I, we actually were talking to a friend yesterday, and he was kind of mentioning maybe wanting to dig into Euphoria. And he was but all the press has been awful. It's really bad, right? He was assuming that the show, we're not enjoying it because of the press. And that totally bummed me out because I'm no. As a super fan, I'm loving it. And I will also say our listeners are enjoying it, meaning the people who have written in are providing commentary. They're also feeling how we do. So I feel that speaks volumes.
Yeah. It's been kind of insane to see the critical backlash. The way that critics are coming out and talking about it has kind of surprised me, and I've been kind of shocked by it.
Same.
I think there's there's probably some correlation here. I've noticed this with other things. With the quality of the work, the level of critique, the harshness of the critique seems to increase for a lot of people. I try to just maintain a pretty objective scale about everything. I don't feel like I try to grade on a harsher scale just because something's of a higher quality. But an example I was thinking of that was maybe comparable from the last year was One Battle After Another, which I did not love. I think it's Paul Thomas Anderson's worst movie. But there were people that were giving it 1 star. And I'm that simply is just not a 1-star movie. That's preposterous. I think that's just a completely ridiculous, evaluation. Sure. There's so much quality and craft there. It's not a 1-star movie. I think it's bad for him. But when you put it on a scale against all movies, is that 1 star? Absolutely not. I feel like something similar is happening here.
Agreed.
This is obviously, in my opinion, a really unique project. There's tons of great acting here. There's a ton of craft. They're shooting this on film. They're doing tons of practical effects. There's a lot of, high quality production value in this. I think there's really interesting storytelling. I think there's good writing. So the way that people are just savaging this is I think completely uncalled for.
Agreed.
It's just not, it feels disingenuous. It doesn't feel like a real fair evaluation.
I agree. And I think what's hard is you can agree with me or disagree, but I feel it's hard just in our personal world. There's a lot of people we know, right, that rely on us to be should I watch Euphoria or not? That's always one of the most common questions I get because people are sweet and want to support us. But I feel it's always hard, to answer that question because it's what you just said. It's a lot of layers. But also, I hate right now that the press is being so fucking prude. I don't understand. I'm sorry. I'll keep saying it. Yes. I'm repeating what I said last week. But I do feel I am shocked. I have seen, I don't know, you and I would consider us film buffs. We watch a lot of movie, a lot of TV. I mean, okay, a good example. You know what I was thinking of? Sex and the City. every single episode. There's not just sex, it's like women having like anal, like it shows it all. It's HBO. So like you Game of Thrones, another example.
Yeah,
So I
yeah, yeah.
guess I'm just not understanding that every single review, ironically, it's like they think they're being like pro-feminist, like defending like the female body, when really I'm like, so you're just saying that like there's too much sex and there's too much nudity and there's too much unrealistic fetish, like it's all
Yeah.
back to like the Sam Levinson of it all, and the
Yeah.
slandering someone who we still have no factual proof is a creep, is doing this for fetish purposes.
Not even just
It's
proof. There's
silly.
nobody even claiming that.
No,
Nobody that's
not
ever worked on
one
the show has
person.
come out and said he was like, inappropriate on the show ever,
No,
to my knowledge.
of course,
I've
and
never
that's
heard that even once. It's just like insane the way that people are like coming out and acting like he's a pervert and stuff.
okay. Like an example
It's
though,
so fucking gross and weird and
sure.
crazy. Like,
Before I forget, though, there's also all these comparisons to Sam Levinson and Quentin Tarantino, and I'm like, okay, like, we get it. Quentin Tarantino, the foot fetish, but, like, he has been on the record saying that that's a
yeah, he
thing.
just came out and said, I have a foot fetish. And
Sam
it's very
Levinson,
obvious in every single project.
Sam
Like,
Levinson has not come out and been like, yeah, I'm really into, like, fetishes. Like, it's just all
it's
the rumor
bizarre.
mill, but it bums me out to see, like, I guess, press journalists that I used to respect kind of, like, using that. I'm like,
It's been
that's
wild. The
kind of
amount
crazy.
of this puritanical like backlash against it is just such fucking bullshit. And it's like, I feel like any critic that's coming out with that stuff, you're just immediately tanking your reputation. Because what the hell have you ever seen that you're so shocked by this? Do you not remember Euphoria season 1? Euphoria season 1 is far more shocking than Euphoria season 3. And the way that people act like
Um,
there's been this effort to keep pushing the envelope and making things more and more shocking. I'm like, season 2 and season 3 are far less shocking than season 1. And one of my biggest critiques of season 1 was that it felt like at times it was just going for pure shock value. When they showed like 30 dicks in a row, I was like, this is a little over the top and shock
sure.
value.
Because you're
And since
thinking,
then, they've like toned it back. So I'm like, what about this season tells you they're trying to top that? Like,
I know, Alex and I just rewatched season
choking
2.
a little bit? Like, fucking
We just
whatever.
watched season 2, like, before this, and I was like, literally in the first episode, there's a dick within 5 minutes. But people are mad about this, and we haven't even had
Yeah,
a dick
Dick
yet,
gets
have we?
like, yeah, Dick is out and almost gets shot off like
So I don't know, it's a little
5
crazy.
minutes into episode 1 of season 2. So what is up with this?
I don't know. And I will say this, I am not here, like in seasons past, to be on the record being like some Sydney Sweeney defender. But hear me out. As a professional and looking at someone's acting career on this show, I truly am really sick of like hearing about only her and like her role in this show. She is the most talked about. They're like, her storyline is so pathetic. Like they're really leaning into like the Sydney Sweeney of it all. And I'm like,
Well, she's a
listen,
villain.
but also separate the two. Do you really think Sam, who's like a very, like, in my opinion, like a great director, is sitting there and using these actors like real lives and what's going on and implying them into the show? I personally don't think so. I think that's a little silly to assume. So I just think it's crazy that people aren't able to separate. It's like Cassie Howard is a fictional character
Yeah.
who in season 2 quite literally went insane, like Joker crazy, like breathing
Yeah.
on the theater door,
And there was
panting,
really like
acting insane,
no
dressing
hint
like
of her personal beliefs yet when season 2 was written that we
no.
know of publicly. That all kind of came at the end of season 2
Sure.
being like airing. Her
Sure.
arc as a character must have been written at least a year before that ever aired.
Just
And
a lot of natural
she
progressions.
was on a villain arc, and now she's still
Yep.
on a villain arc, and they're still like making a mockery of her character
Yeah.
like they were in season 2. So what is different? Like, why is there this like,
Yeah. So
why is
what?
it a narrative?
She's
It's
a
so
dog.
stupid.
We love it. How much is
Yeah.
the doggy in the
And all
window?
these people, like,
We love Sydney Sweeney as a dog. Like, it's great. Like, why are we mad about
I
Cassie
know.
being a
Anyone
dog?
that's claiming any of this is like so shocking. It's like, have you seen or shocking or perverted? Like, have you seen a movie? Have you seen an R-rated movie ever? Like,
I
if
don't
you're
know.
13 years old, you can be shocked by this, but if you're 18, if you're a critic, how on earth could you be shocked by this? Have
I
you
don't
never
know.
seen a single art house movie? Have you seen a Scorsese movie? Like all this stuff about the baby
Apparently
shit.
not.
What about when fucking Leo and Margot Robbie were boning in like the crib or whatever in Wolf of Wall Street?
In a
Like
crib? I don't remember
there's
that
like
part.
the scene in like the nursery, like in Wolf of
Sure. I
Wall
don't think they were
Street.
boning in a crib, but
You know what I mean. It was just as like
sure,
baby
sure.
oriented
But I'm like, I
as
don't think they were
this,
actually
you
in the
know.
crib, but that's funny. Wait. Speaking of being in character, hold on. Paige is gonna exit the screen for a minute. Because Alamo Brown is in the
Oh
house.
shit. I'm now joined by my co-host,
Alamo Brown.
white woman Alamo
I
Brown.
like how that's my rendition of Alamo Brown. I obviously can't do the voice.
AKA
I'm not like a big black man, so it's just not gonna happen.
we'll call you Wallamo.
Wallamo Brown.
White woman Alamo Brown.
Okay.
Wallamo Brown.
Wallamo Brown.
Or maybe Alamo White. Yeah, nice. Very nice.
Okay. Well, anyways,
Yeah,
just wanted to
enough
get
of
in the
that.
character.
If you're shocked by Euphoria, go watch
Something else.
literally any R-rated movie.
Go watch
and it's
Emily in
probably,
Paris.
It's probably more shocking.
Go watch a Hallmark movie.
Go
I don't know what to
watch
tell you.
Conan the Barbarian. Watch a art house movie
Wishbone.
or a samurai movie. Yeah, watch Wishbone. God, Jesus.
But yes. So I think it's, unless you have anything else. Oh, actually, the only other thing I want to touch on, because I don't think I'll remember it later on when we're recapping, is I did see that Labyrinth posted about wanting to drop music every night when an episode of Euphoria. Okay. All I'll say is so far, I love Lab is giving Paige and Alex energy. He's definitely going like full fuck you mode. He's not holding back. So despite like not knowing what's going on, I have to like address that I really appreciate like the way he's treating this, because I think
Yeah, sure.
I just, a lot of people don't stand up for themselves like
Nah.
that and aren't so like vocal, and it's not like he's on camera crying or like being like all about like
Yeah.
ego. It's like just a quick like story being like, yep, fuck you, I'm
Anytime
dropping a
anyone
song.
calls out the industry and, you know, roasts how shitty it is, great.
Sure. I'm just saying it's not giving someone.
It is shitty. Like, it should be called out.
I'm just saying it's not giving someone that's like, I deserve this. Like, I'm the fucking shit. I think he's actually just being like, fuck you. Like, I'm gonna like capitalize off this because I think my music is sick, and everyone, from what I've seen, Alex isn't on social media as much as I am, but on TikTok, Instagram, like the sentiment thus far is pretty much that everyone misses Labyrinth. And I have to agree. I'm not changing my opinion too much from last week when we discussed this, so I won't go too like deep in. But I will say there were very like significant moments where I didn't feel the music did it for me. I feel it wasn't upsetting or offensive, but it didn't evoke any emotion from me. And I know we're different on this, but both seasons, Labyrinth's music.
Look, I'm starting to miss Labyrinth's music too.
Yeah.
I still, you know, don't personally
like,
love
I don't get
it.
full body chills from the music in this one. And I get it. It's not that type
yeah.
of show this season. And I'm okay with that. But I'm wondering if down the line there will be moments that are more intense where I am gonna miss it. Like, so far we're just kind of like building up the
I noticed
season.
it more in this episode. There was definitely a specific scene when the scene when Rue is in the strip club and looks at herself in the mirror.
Yes.
And the music hit really bland and like sappy and traditional like movie soundtrack, and it totally felt off to me. It was
I agree.
a little weird, and
I
I was
thought the
weird enough that I
same
noticed
thing.
it, really.
When she's looking at the picture of the girl who OD'd and she's looking in the mirror.
Yeah, when she's seeing herself in the mirror.
Oh, I
and,
thought
like,
she was looking, so
there's
it
a
could
moment
be
when
either.
she's like looking across the room and she sees her
Yes.
own reflection, and she's like kind of realizing her role in like this fucked up operation and like feeling
Sure.
like, ooh.
I interpreted it a little differently. I obviously she's looking at herself, but I thought she was also kind of like noticing that there's a picture of the girl who OD'd in
Yeah.
So I think it's like both. She's kind of like, fuck, I'm like a part of this
right.
wole thing
Yeah,
that's like,
that's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah. So I agree. I thought
yeah.
I literally took a note in my notes on that.
I also, I only had 2 critiques for this episode, really, that I was going to talk about, and the music was one of them. So I'll just cover the critique fully now, since we're on the subject. Aside from that moment, I also noticed another moment in the strip club when they kicked into like a song that sounded almost exactly like a copy of Labyrinth, and that was weird too.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
But I feel more strongly about it in this episode than in the last one. I do feel like it's a little off, and I don't love it. And the other thing I was gonna say is that the soundtrack's not hitting the same. Like the music in Euphoria seasons 1 and 2 was so good.
So
So many
strong.
bangers in every episode, deep
Mhm.
cut bangers, like, mainstream bangers, whatever it was. There were like 10 great songs in every episode. And
Yep.
when we used to do the thing where we'd pick like the song of the week, sometimes there were
Mhm.
like 3 songs
Sometimes
that
there's
I
no
was
song.
like, which one is like the one? It's impossible to choose out of like these 3 amazing ones.
I agree.
This whole season, I have felt like the like soundtrack choices have been very lackluster. I haven't heard any song really that's like blown me away.
No. I
Um,
also Alex
yeah,
and I have the vinyl, and, like, it's just an easy thing to just throw on, and again, like, not being a biased, annoying Euphoria fan, like, you're right. You can put on the vinyl and tell no one, and they would never ask, "Oh, is this, like, a Euphoria
yeah,
soundtrack?" Like, it's that good that it's just banger, 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 like, fun, upbeat summer shit. Like, it felt very fun to listen to this summer, so I'm like,
yeah.
yeah, I agree. There's nothing I would, like, throw on the
Especially with the setting, I feel like they're just missing out. Like they're doing this kind of like
Western
70s thing and they're not really leaning into that much. They're
or
doing this kind of
Western.
Western thing and I don't think they're really leaning into that much either. We're getting like a little bit of fun kind of like 50s stuff with Cassie and like their whole thing, but outside
Mhm.
of that, there really isn't much going on.
I agree.
And the last point I'll make on this is that I was completely thrown off by Nate and Cassie playing the Pitbull song, the Pitbull and Neo song at their pool
At the pool
party.
party?
Only because it didn't really make sense in any way because we already saw them in high school and that they were way after that era and we're not listening to music like that. So where did that come
Hmm.
from? Like that was
Well,
like that didn't line up with
does it line up with
when
the time jump though? Because if you remember, season 1 is like they're
no, it's older than when they were in high school. It's like,
really?
oh yeah.
Okay.
It's
I didn't
definitely
really know.
it's older and of a way different vibe than anything they ever showed them listening to in high school and it's also such a like
Just
bad,
yeah,
shitty song,
Dolly. You
which
said
like
it's Pitbull?
it's Pitbull and Neo, and like fine
Dolly.
that they're like idiots listening to it, but I was like, it didn't feel like something either of them would
No.
ever be listening to or playing at a pool party for like this this crowd of like potential
Sure.
investors. It was very strange. I thought that was like just a really weird music choice for that scene. I didn't
I
really
agree.
get where that came from at all,
This is
but
actually a good segue though, if you're
whatever.
down to jump in, because my comment
Let's
is
jump
kind of
in.
similar to like the timeline you're talking about.
Let's jump
So
in.
my first note, I know it's like some of my notes are just like making quick like little quips of what I thought when I was watching it was I like that they portrayed COVID and that all happening similar to the way they portrayed 9/11 in the first season when she's giving like her background. Like Rue, remember, she's like, I was born
Yeah.
like during this time. And I thought it like depicted that time very well. Like, I like the nuance of showing what that was like. And of course, I'm going to be a little biased because you and I were not exactly their age, but I will say Sam and the writers do a good job of like capturing the essence of that without being cringe, without being like too much. Like, it's like a
Yeah,
little
sure.
quick, it's quick, it just gives you a quick summary, and I appreciate that because I think some movies are diving into like the COVID of it all. And it's always a little eye roll and a little like really
It's still really weird. It's very weird to
sure.
see. It's very kind of like uncanny to see that whole
Are you
time
triggered by
period
the
being depicted on film.
are you
What?
triggered? I wrote Alex and I are triggered by right before COVID hit. Alex and I were like, this was before COVID. We were learning the Doja Cat. The, why don't you say so? Didn't
I was
you
triggered by the
know?
entire thing. I was like, wow, this was mostly
I'm
just
literally
not
gonna
that good
clip
of a
right here
time. And
us
it
doing
was,
that dance.
oh my
We literally
God.
moved to New York. Alex and I went to this club and we were like obviously like super drunk and our friend like literally viewed us.
And like
Obviously
fucking around,
we were
like
being
very
funny. We
unseriously.
were making fun of it. We weren't like
Yeah.
actually trying to like get a serious TikTok. Like we actually TikTok wasn't even the purpose of it. I think we were just doing it to be funny. But anyways, all that being said, I heard that song and I immediately was like, oh, I don't like this.
Oh
I don't like
no.
this.
Yeah, it was all like a little just it was all like too soon. Like it's still really weird seeing all of that starting to be like shown on TV and stuff.
Agreed.
Anytime a TV show hits like that period, like when they did that on Law and Order, it's just weird. It's really weird.
Law and Order's like,
It's really weird. Well, yeah, but it's so weird seeing like the pandemic
sure,
on
sure.
TV and
I
stuff.
agree.
Like, it's just very
I
bizarre.
liked that when the girl hopped in her car and her mom was like, "You're gonna die," and she was like, "Mom, only old people die," and like gets in and like leaves. I was like, "That's."
And then like the whole like the hype house thing that she was at, I was like, God, thank God that kind of died off. That was really just some of the most obnoxious
So,
shit that's ever come around.
so
And look at
stupid.
the people it turned out, like some of just the worst people.
I
Like,
know,
oh,
I know. So,
just
anyways, I just thought that was a
yeah,
good
quite a
segue,
time.
given the pit bull of it all. I was like, okay, like that reminded me. But anyways,
Yeah, well, but yeah, a good accurate little portrayal.
yeah, it wasn't like cringy.
Maddie has her bear mace in the basement.
I just like I feel like for the story, it didn't feel unnecessary because then we go into like where Maddie's at, and because she's in this like beginning of her film journey, her film career.
Yeah, she's being a capitalist pig.
Yeah, in her
Yeah.
film journey, it is important to note that that's taking place because again, we're not
The
their
industry's
age.
getting put on hold and
Yes.
stuff.
And what
Yeah.
did I always say? Like, Alex and I were really lucky because when that happened, we didn't have real jobs. Guess what our job was? We started this podcast. So, like, we were just
Yeah.
fucking around. But, like, imagine where we were at when we got out of college and if that had happened. Like, that sucks. Like, we thought we had it bad finding a job. Imagine, like, COVID hits. It's just like, you don't know what's going on. So I was just thinking that and I was like, man, I feel for Maddie because that would suck. Like, you're just in a bad position where everything's shutting down. You're like, fuck, like, okay, gotta roll with the
Well, she already
punches.
had her job when everything was
Yeah,
like shutting down.
true. But she was like at her desk with her mask on. I'm like, God, all that just looks so
I
miserable. We're
know.
like, we were
Yeah.
lucky. We got to stay home. We were just fucking
Right.
around on a podcast.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, isn't that kind of how did you feel like being like, oh, throwback to when we started the podcast? Like
I
that we
know.
started in what, 2020 or 2021? Like it was
Yeah,
right during all that.
I mean, I don't
Kind of
know.
weird
It was
seeing
definitely
it
2020.
jump back to when
Yeah.
we were literally starting this
Yeah.
entire project.
And we have some of our Euphorians still here with us from that time.
Yo,
So
yeah,
shout out.
pretty crazy.
But anyways, we're gonna bounce off each other. So after that, and you can backtrack
Are we?
if I'm gonna take over.
We're gonna bounce off each other.
Well, if you have anything to add,
that was
Alex.
very formal. Yeah. Okay.
So
Continue.
shut up. The drink is getting to me. So after that, I took a kind of silly note, but I wrote that I loved like the whole. It's kind of nerdy, but I liked the cinematography of the beach shot when she's getting the girl in the water when Maddie's like filming her. It was giving flashbacks to you and I living in Malibu. Like it
Oh,
literally
yeah.
felt like where Alex lived, which was in Malibu. We both went to college there.
Mhm.
And Alex lived in this like little trailer, like close to the beach. And it was just such a vibe. So it was kind of like taking me back. It felt kind of
Yeah,
nice.
Point Doom, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, Cassie like later is driving down PCH, and I was like, oh
Mhm.
yeah, I know right where that is. Yeah, it was weird.
It just was kind of a trip. It was like a lot of nostalgia this episode for me. But I thought that shot in general was really beautiful. Like if you watch it again, like just you can tell it's just so like advanced from the other seasons. The Marcel, like his work is so cool. Like I'm just geeking out over it. I think a lot of his like wide shots are really pretty this season.
Yeah. Yeah. Agree.
But my other note after that, just
Mhm.
kind of getting into the OnlyFans of it all.
Yes.
Is it okay if I dive right
The
into
only
that?
fans of it all, sure. Why
So
not?
I watched a clip that I did want to bring up that I thought was like relevant and also interesting and ties with the narrative right now. Chloe Cherry was on a recent like I don't know press interview and she was talking about how she finds it sad that or just like interesting that now OnlyFans is like this way to make money. Like it's more economical and about capitalism than it ever has been before. Where like when she was growing up, 'cause she started really young. I like refreshed my memory on her background. She's been in over 200 pornographic films. So
Mhm.
that's like where she was working before she got to Euphoria.
Yeah.
And she was saying like hers was more like she had like kind of a rough upbringing. It was kind of like she felt like that was her only out. Where now it's so like you can just do this for money. Like it's economical. It's almost like he like how Cassie's doing it, like fun and cute. Where hers was a little darker, a little
Yeah.
like the sex work and the OnlyFans worlds colliding have kind of an interesting I'll read exactly what she said. I have it on my phone just so that I
What's
don't.
the like what's the like
I'm gonna read it and
what's
then
the
maybe you'll have.
takeaway?
So she said, for me, it feels crazy as fuck to see somebody living like Cassie turn to sex work. Like, holy shit, that's where we're at in this society. OnlyFans and sex work has become more normalized, but it's literally only because of capitalism and the economy is only getting worse. It has nothing to do with empowerment or power. The economy is horrible, and that's why people are turning to it. I really think that OnlyFans is a crazy, weird phenomena of the 2020s, and I will look back on it and be very confused by it to this day. So
Sure.
I only brought that up because I hadn't thought of it that way. And I'm sure as someone like her who's worked in that industry as long as she has, I'm sure it is kind of weird to be like starring in the biggest show ever. And they're kind of toying with OnlyFans, like a COVID, oh, I'm bored. Let me start an OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Where hers was more like, she took it very seriously. Like it was a,
Well, did you notice the shout out line, the line that's literally like pretty much describing Chloe Cherry perfectly from the show? I was like, that must have just
no,
been like an intentional shout out to her.
no, during Euphoria.
Yeah, when Maddie's talking to her boss, she's like, you know, she's pitching her on how there's this new
Mm-hmm.
generation and it's like, oh, there's crossover stars now. And like, it's not like hardcore porn anymore. It's like these people have mainstream potential and they're becoming more like they have more star power and they're crossing over into mainstream
Sure.
projects. And I was like, oh, they're talking about Chloe Cherry. Like, they're talking about
Oh,
someone that made the switch from the full on adult film
yeah,
industry to
yeah.
being like a mainstream like actor who now is appearing in literally
The
this
biggest
show,
show to
the show
exist.
that's like quoting it. Like I was like,
Sure.
oh, they're literally talking about like her career, you
That's a fun
know, as
note.
they're covering this whole subject.
That's cute. I didn't think of it that way, but that's a good call out.
But yeah, I mean, all the OnlyFans stuff is definitely interesting. While we're on the subject, I'll just
Hmm.
say like, you know, fuck OnlyFans, not for any reasons related to sex work or empowerment. I don't have any issues with that, but
You don't? Okay.
founder of OnlyFans was funneling like tens of millions of dollars to like the Israeli lobby.
Really?
Oh yeah, he was like, you know, I mean, he was definitely like pretty
Skeezy?
evil. There was no like information about. He was a very like reclusive guy, but he was sending like giant donations to the Israeli like lobby. So
Great.
all that OnlyFans profit was not exactly funding
Sure,
the best
sure.
things.
I
So
understand.
fuck OnlyFans for that reason. But
Fuck OF.
you know, no issue with the people getting their bag on there. But yeah, it is interesting to see Cassie trying to get into that world with her dog and diaper show.
God, we'll get into the diapers later. I can't get there yet. I need more to
Okay,
drink.
okay. We'll
Oh,
pause on the diapers for now.
but to like kind of touch on other like things I noticed, I did love that they really honed in on the like retouching of it all, like when they show them
Oh
like
yeah, of
blurring out the,
course.
because I just think again like Euphoria is really good at like capturing the essence of what actually is real, no matter how harsh it is. So I appreciated that they showed that 'cause it's like,
Yeah, yeah.
you know, that girl's
Yeah.
pretty hot, but it's like Maddie's sitting there like scrubbing like every mark, and you're like, damn, yeah, that's
Yeah.
how it be. Doesn't matter how good you look. There's always something to like cover up. That's
Yeah.
so LA.
This was a very Maddie centric episode.
Which I love.
I had some this episode raised some questions for me about Maddie's income. You know, they're showing her like
Oh, her clothing racks. Is that what you're gonna say?
the clothing racks, the quality of her clothing, you know, the fur coats and shit. If she's getting these $800 paychecks and living in the basement, and she's explicitly like, I'm not doing sugar baby sex work, any of that. Her parents aren't. So her parents
No.
are struggling. She's giving them money.
Yeah.
So where is all this coming from? They
I
don't show
think.
her having a man. So like, what's going on here?
I think.
Also, the car, like, she's driving a very nice car.
True. I think this plays more though into what you said. I believe it was season 1, the fantastical part
Is
of
this just
Euphoria.
fantasy
Yeah,
shit?
yeah.
Yeah.
Because also, if you notice, Sydney Sweeney's also driving like a really nice, fun car, and it's like
But that
they're
makes
poor.
sense because Nate is clearly wildly overextended and he's doing
Sure.
flashy, like big money, showy stuff, like getting fancy cars he can't afford. That
Sure.
totally makes sense.
Well, you
They would
you would
have.
never know it by Sydney Sweeney's
Nate
outfit
and
when she
Cassie
shows
would
up.
have a
Cassie's outfit.
Cybertruck and a Benz and like the house and all that. Like that makes sense, you know. But I did think on the topic of Maddie's car, I thought that was a really good way to show like exactly what they talk about right after when they're talking about taste. They both are her and Cassie are both driving Mercedes-Benz convertibles. But
One.
Maddie is driving a very, very cool old, I think it's a 70s model,
Mm-hmm.
like SL. Shout out to Marcus, whose mom has that same car. It's a very good looking car. It's very fucking
Marcus,
cool.
our best friend,
And
the
then you have
witness.
Cassie driving, like the current model, like, yeah, one, which is just like what anybody would get off the shelf. You don't have to have
I
any
didn't know that.
particular taste to go pick out like the cherry red 2026 Benz
Got
top
it.
of the line convertible. Like, it's a cool car, but you don't need any taste to go pick that
Sure.
car. It's just
It
the
doesn't have
flashiest.
character.
It's the flashiest thing around, as opposed to Maddie's car, which is like much more. It's a lot cooler. It's got a
Got
lot
it.
more credibility if you give a fuck about cars, in my
I wouldn't have
opinion.
picked up on that, but I love that. And I also, if we're just gonna go into that scene,
Especially when she's in the car watching her pull in. It's a
mm-hmm.
good
Oh, my favorite,
comparison.
just that feeling. Like, Maddie must feel on top of the fucking world walking into the Beverly Hills pool with a fucking fur coat on in the dead of summer, pretending to be on the phone with like multiple clients. Like, there just
Yeah.
couldn't be a better way, because Cassie's so fucking dumb that of course she's like, oh my god. Like, anyone would be like, like, at least someone smart like me would be like, she's faking. But
Mm-hmm.
like, Cassie's so dumb. I also wrote down the quote, um, where is it? I wrote something about Cassie. Oh, she's so desperate for attention, she'll humiliate herself. Like, she's that desperate that she just
Yeah.
doesn't. Nothing's clocking.
Right. And when people are like saying all this stuff about her character and it being ridiculous and stuff, I'm like, this totally makes sense. They've set her up as being desperate for attention from day one. She's
Yep.
always had severe daddy issues.
Yeah.
She's always been like, seeking validation hardcore. And as her, relationship went from like an okay guy, like, to
Mm-hmm.
Nate, it's like, of course, her like, attention seeking has gotten
To the 10th
more and
degree.
more and more
Sure.
extreme and trashy and bizarre, like,
Yeah. I mean, my favorite was when she's like, taste? Like, she just has no idea.
The line
Maddie's
about
like,
taste was
and
very
Maddie has
funny.
the perfect quote. I didn't write it down, but like, I love how she's like, she literally gives
Yeah,
like the
she
dictionary,
describes it
like
perfect.
the Webster dictionary version of like what taste is. And
Yeah.
I was like, my
The
queen.
ability to discern like a high aesthetic quality or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
And
I'm
Cassie's
like,
like, what do you mean taste?
I need to like write down what Maddie says and start using that whenever we're out and about with like our friends and they like give us shit for having taste. I'm gonna just quote Maddie because I was like, my queen.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Yeah, what else was going on with Maddie? So we find out Dylan Reed's an asshole, which is not surprising, but is going to be unfortunate for Lexi.
Mm-hmm.
For his costume, I noticed they're really leaning into him having weird hats. He had like a Family Guy hat, and then he had a hat that said American Cinema, and then he had another hat that I couldn't read, but his whole thing this episode was weird hats. Hats with words on them. He had his first hat when he's like screaming at Maddie's boss said, I think it said like violence in movies and sex on TV, like from Family Guy. I was like, what?
Well, he's a total
weird hat for like a Hollywood actor to be wearing.
Yeah,
but,
no, total clown.
That was going on. What else is going on with Maddie?
Well, are we done with like the pool scene? I feel like we got enough out of that. I was laughing that she was feeding Cassie Aperol spritzes, and my favorite part was when she goes, when they're talking, and Maddie's like, oh, that's why we're here.
Yeah, that was good.
And she clocks her fast. She's like, you motherfucker.
And then she decides to get revenge, which is going to be great.
As strong as Maddie is, I feel like she also has a soft, sensitive side. She's definitely giving Scorpio energy where she's really loyal, she's fierce, she's aggressive, but she does have that like undertone of like a lot of kindness, a lot of care. Because that is what
she was nice to Nate for a long time, even long after
but
you
again,
deserved
I
it.
think that goes hand in hand with loyalty. I think when you're loyal, you do like stand by someone, even sometimes when
maybe not nice, but she was like had his back even after he was like choking her and shit.
Yes, so it made me think she's like that with Cassie. So although I don't think she had any hopes that like there'd be any rekindling of their friendship, I think there's always going to be a part of you with an old friend that thinks like, you never know, like maybe there's going to be this tiny moment where she realizes what she did was fucked up, and instead Cassie fucking doubles down on being the victim. She's like, you guys were broken up and now look where we are, like we're getting married, so it was worth it, right? And you're like, are you fucking stupid? You think Maddie's gonna be like, oh my god, bitch, yeah, like cheers. Oh my god. Girls are so stupid
Dumb.
sometimes. I'm like, what is she thinking? That's so rude and so bizarre. Like, so I that was my takeaway. It was funny to watch. It was like, yeah, Maddie's smart. She's clocking all this, and I am so excited to see what Maddie has planned.
I was amused that when Cassie messaged Maddie on Instagram, you could see that Cassie's profile only has like 3K followers.
It does.
I was like, wow, she's doing like full on like sexy dog for like 3,000 followers.
It's not worth it, girl.
It's not great.
It's not worth it.
So that was funny. Yeah. Anything else on any of them? On the Maddie Cassie world? Well, I guess just Maddie. We'll come back to Cassie for sure.
My next note, and again, it's not off. It's like the next scene kind of skips to like Rue and Alamo hanging out, and I had to write down the quote.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
She fires like a whore's asshole.
Yes. Alamo Brown. That was pure
Hats
gold.
Hats off to Alamo Brown.
Pure gold. You know, actually, I'll take this opportunity to go. Snake takes. Snake takes. Snake takes.
Snake takes.
Yeah, finger guns. Why not?
It's the Western episode.
Yeah,
Alamo's a little lit.
Yeah, we're firing like a whore's asshole. This week's snake take. On the subject of Alamo Brown. Alamo Brown is an all-time great movie pimp, and he's the best movie pimp, the best, fictional pimp we've had in years. American, entertainment history is full of great pimps, but the last 10 years we have had very few great pimps in the cultural lexicon.
Really? You would know better than me.
He's the first great pimp we've seen on screen in a while. And you know what's funny is while I was researching this take a little bit, I was like, what's the last great pimp before Alamo Brown? And my first thought was Black Dynamite. All time great pimp.
Don't get Alex going on Black Dynamite.
Yeah, I won't go down that road, but
I'm
if
kidding,
you don't know about Black Dynamite, you should check it out. It's an amazing, funny movie.
Do you think Sam has watched that?
Yeah, probably. But then after that, I was like, who other than between Black Dynamite and Alamo Brown, who's worth mentioning? And there's two, and they're both kind of Euphoria adjacent.
Oh, okay.
The first one, in my opinion, is James Franco in Spring Breakers.
So good.
An all-time great pimp character. Harmony Korine, and I would say that's adjacent, I guess, because I feel like Spring Breakers is often cited as being kind of influential on Euphoria, with teen girls doing crime and drugs and neon atmospheres,
little fantastical,
grimy environments and stuff. And then the second one was Zola, where the pimp is Coleman Domingo. So I was like, that's probably the last great movie pimp in American cinema was Coleman Domingo.
I forgot about that. Zola came out a while ago. We saw it in theaters.
4 years ago, 3 years ago.
I couldn't tell you, but we did see it in theaters, and I loved it. Wow!
But Coleman Domingo,
Coleman Domingo
is a great pimp in
Was that simultaneous with Euphoria? Were we podcasting when that came out?
I think so. Yeah.
That's crazy. I don't remember seeing Coleman and tying the two, but I must have.
So yeah, Alamo Brown is the greatest silver screen pimp since Coleman Domingo. So cheers kind of appropriate. So that's today's snake take.
Wait, do we cheers to Alamo Brown or Walamo Brown?
Both. To Alamo and Alamo.
All right, pour one out.
All right, so we can continue.
No, that's great. My next note just says, really, the pig shitting and Rue clogging a toilet or having to unclog the toilet, and I just wrote really in all caps.
Yeah, so last week we got
it's just poop for you. First it was bird for you, now it's poop for you.
Well, my note this week said it's a pig for you because we had Rue slopping the pigs, and then we had the pig in the house.
Sure.
This week was heavy on. So last week it was dogs and birds. This week was heavy on pigs and big cats because we had the big Black Panther statue by Alamo's hot tub, which is really just
it's like wearing a hat.
Fine work. He put his hat on it. Yeah. There's also a stuffed leopard in the strip club.
Oh no, there's also the There's like I don't know what animal, but above in the strip club when they zoom in on the eye.
Yeah, there's the big steer in like the
Yes.
private room, but
Yeah.
later in the back of one of the shots, they have a big like stuffed like jaguar mounted on the wall.
I have a note on that probably our listeners already know about, but in the behind the scenes, I don't think Alex had time to watch it, but they talk about the guy who did the set, who built the whole strip club, said that he only chose predators for the animal wall mountings. So like everything he made sure to
What
be
about
like
the steer though? That's not a predator.
challenge him on it. He literally made a note to say like I wanted it to feel like kind of sinister, like it has Western
It does feel
vibes.
sinister.
So he said he picked specific animals that were
Yeah.
predators, and I thought, oh, Alex
Well,
would
that
like
explains
this
the
because
jaguar
it's
or
kind
the
of like
leopard.
back to the animal of it all.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow, so many animals
There's a
this
lot of fucking
season.
animals this season, which I'm very
Yeah.
stoked on. So this week it's cats and cats and pigs.
I did not need to see the pig shitting. Like the zoom in on the pig, just his
Great,
asshole
great
just
stuff.
shitting. I just didn't need it.
Great stuff. Love it.
I really didn't need to see Rue at the toilet. That was making me gag.
That was pretty gross. I don't usually get grossed out by stuff,
No.
but I thought that was a little bit gross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her job's not looking great.
Nope.
Under that, I wrote, so what are your thoughts? I actually want to get your take. We went, I feel weird going from like Rue unclogging a shit toilet to this, but what are
Okay.
what are your thoughts? Get serious for a minute.
Mhm.
What are your thoughts on Rue's sexuality this season? And when I say that, I feel like they are making her a little more like sexual, and I'm not like flabbergasted by it because it has been a time jump, but season 2, the takeaway I have from rewatching it was Jules confiding with what's Dominic's character's name again? Elliot. When Elliot and Jules are talking, and Jules is like, she's just not like sexual, and then he agrees and is like, yeah, like she's not, and they both kind of have this like bonding like moment of like, yeah, it kind of sucks because they both like her, right? Like in different, Jules more serious, but Elliot has a crush on her. And they both make it like a point to say like she's just not really like into it. Do you think that's because of her sobriety, like that she was so like heavily on drugs then that maybe that was causing that? Or do you think it
Yeah.
actually was that she
No, she was like so strung out all the time.
Not
They
impo-
explicitly
I know,
like
not
showed that she
important.
couldn't even like feel anything. Like
Yeah, like
in
when
that
Jules
scene
is
with
like,
Jules, like going down
sure.
on her, she was just like couldn't even feel it. Like.
But that was my question for you. Is do you think Rue as a character is a little not asexual, but does she have asexual tendencies, or do you get the vibe that it does just have to do with
No,
the
I think it
drugs?
was just the drugs. I had a note actually also that like Rue's really getting it this season. Good for
I
her.
like
Yeah,
it.
she's boning a lot, so that's cool. But no, I don't. I think it was just the drugs. Like,
Okay.
and in all the scenes where she's getting it now, we know that she's not like fully sober, but we haven't really ever seen her actually doing anything hard in
Mm-hmm.
like the current events of this season. She says that she relapsed really hard and she says she's never been sober since then. But we also haven't seen her like strung out during any of the current events that have
No.
been ongoing, and they haven't shown her use anything hard during
Nope.
any of the stuff that's taking place in the current timeline. So it makes sense that she's not all like fucking loopy
Sure.
and like zonked out.
Yeah.
So I feel like it makes sense.
I just took a note. I wanted to do the checking. Sometimes you and I have totally different like viewpoints on what's taking place
Yeah,
in the
Ree's
narrative.
getting it.
Okay, cool. I was just making sure we were on the same page.
Get
And then I
after it.
put on a deeper note, what does that say if it isn't about the drugs? So let's just pretend that it's not really related to the drugs. What does that say about her and Jules' relationship? Because if she wasn't that into it and wasn't very sexual then, do you think that is a commentary on them as a couple? And like,
No,
or do you think it really, again, just goes back to the drug usage?
I think it's just the drug usage.
Okay. Because later on, I'm not going to go to that scene yet, but when they talk about how they're toxic for one another, I was wondering if, like, it was kind of a. Like, maybe she feels more sexually free with other people, and Jules was a little more, like, drama.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I mean, they're about to end the episode with them about to get
That's
out.
true.
So,
That's true.
no, I don't think that.
Taking a little
Like,
bath.
yeah.
Bathing. Not like us, though. We don't bathe.
in New York, in this New York studio apartment life, I don't think so. Unfortunately.
So while we're on Rue then, I
yeah.
guess we could go down the path of Angel and like her whole intro into this. I specifically wanted to call out the actress. I wrote down her name so I wouldn't forget it. Okay, I'll look for it. Oh, Priscilla Delgado.
Okay.
I think she's excellent. I really
She was
like her.
good. Mm-hmm.
I looked
She
her up
sounds
on.
like she sounds like Tony Montana
Who's that?
from Scarface, like Al Pacino's character from Scarface. She
Oh,
has a similar kind of like Cuban accent.
really?
Yeah.
Well, I really enjoy her. I just wanted to shout her out because I think she was really good this episode. Like, I was really captivated by her performance. I thought her and Rue are like fun, but also like her emotion on screen was like,
Too bad we're probably not gonna be seeing her ass again.
yeah.
They're gonna kill her, right? Like,
So,
they're definitely gonna kill her
did
at
you?
that clinic,
I wanted to
right?
see if you picked up on what I picked up on.
What?
So there's like rumors online, but I thought the same thing as I was watching it. The short like receptionist, the like frumpy lady,
Yeah.
they make it a note to like show her nails,
Yeah,
and
she's
it
all
looks like she
nasty.
has dirt.
Yeah.
And people are saying maybe because she's like burying bodies, like they just go there and like die.
No, she's not burying bodies. They don't have that frumpy little like front desk troll burying the bodies. They're just showing in my opinion, they're just showing that it's a grubby ass place. She's not strong enough to dig a
So
grave.
can I say why?
It would take her like 6 hours to dig a
Fine.
grave.
Can I say why maybe though I made that tie? So I wrote down, I thought it was pretty interesting that Angel says California is where majority
Yeah, they're
of people
definitely
go.
gonna kill her ass, I think.
Yeah, but then her exact quote was California is like a magnet under the soil. People go missing, it's evil. So she says a magnet under the soil. And then they literally, from that scene, go right to the receptionist having like dirty fingernails. So I just was wondering if there was any time.
I don't think it means she's literally burying the
Fine.
bodies, but I think it's a way to show that this place
Dirty.
is sketchy and grimy. And
Sure.
she's like,
Okay.
you know, when would you go to a real rehab facility and the receptionist
Alright.
looks like that? It's
I
like
was just making the connection though. I thought
it's
it was
like, you know, another sign that this place is like not on the level, and it's like it's a bad spot.
Yeah.
Like, this is not a real like receptionist of a real rehab. Like, this whole place is
Duh.
like, you know, ultra shady.
Well, Doug,
is
she goes, "You're with Alamo."
the
and she's like,
implication. Like, I don't think it means she's literally like doing the work, but
I just thought it was a.
it's
I was
shady,
wondering if
though.
it was purposeful or not.
Yeah,
I guess is
think
more
it's
what I
definitely.
mean, because it literally
Yeah.
went from her talking about the soil, and then they show this lady's fingers that look like she's been digging through some soil. It'd be like disgusting.
Yeah, right.
But anyways, yeah, because she goes, she says something like, "Oh, you with Alamo?" And there's like
Yeah,
no check-in process, and Rue's like, "Fuck."
And
Like,
somebody's
she knows.
like, you know, the ambulance pulls up right after her,
Mhm.
which is sketchy, and somebody's smoking outside.
I was gonna say, is that someone watching Rue?
I think the people smoking outside are Lori's crew watching Rue.
Okay.
But
They definitely hinted that.
I think probably the ambulance is showing up to take her ass away.
Yeah, but
But
someone's watching her. I
who
wrote down
knows?
someone
We'll
is
see.
watching her.
But yeah, I did like that quote a lot about the people, that whole scene where they're driving to rehab and talking about the evil and you
Mhm.
know, people going missing in California. That was reminding me a lot again of Under the Silver Lake, like I mentioned last week. It was also like a little David Lynchy, or there's there's a bunch of like California horror that kind of hints at like weird stuff like that going on out in the desert, and you
Sure.
know, creepy stuff like that, and it was all giving
think
a lot
it's-
of that kind of vibe.
California always, like you said, like David Lynch vibes. I feel like California is such a contradiction. And I like that they bring that up because it's such a place that people lust after. People will do anything to move to California. It's shown as glamorous, but then there's this underbelly of like really bleak, scary shit. And so I'm liking that they're kind of going there because California isn't often depicted as a scary place. It's often more glamorous. So I liked this episode. I liked the contrast. It's like the Beverly Hills pool and Maddie of it all, and then now they're showing like the other side of it that not many people, that probably more people experience than what Maddie's experiencing. So I'm kind of liking it.
Yep. I also
yeah,
noticed,
it's
like,
deep.
when you were talking about the strip club, there's also that great that black velvet painting of the snake too. There's like a woman
didn't
with
see
a
that.
snake.
Where?
Where the safe is behind it.
Oh.
It's like a woman with a big snake.
Okay, you're
I was
gonna like
that's
this.
pretty good. Yeah,
So
hit me.
Alex is not obviously like a Zendaya connoisseur, if you will. Like you don't know.
I'm a fan. I haven't seen.
No, I meant you don't know like her
all of
Disney
her-
past. I've dabbled.
I've seen clips.
He's seen enough.
I've seen some videos.
He knows like the shake it up of it all. But I don't. Did you know this? Did you know that the actor Kadeem Hardison, I think is how you pronounce it, plays her father on her Disney Channel show on Casey Undercover. Do you want to know?
And
what...
who is that?
Zendaya was the star of Casey Undercover. She also like produced it at a very young age, so it was like a big deal. And it was her last Disney show before Euphoria. Like that was her last like project. And her father plays the guy who's opening the safe from that show. And I wanted to read you. Again, I don't want to misquote it, so I took a screenshot. Are you ready for the plot of what Casey Undercover is about?
Yeah, I was going to ask you, what's she undercover as?
Okay. Casey Undercover is a Disney Channel sitcom starring Zendaya as Casey Cooper, a high school math whiz and a karate expert who discovers that her parents are spies.
Yes, of course. Classic.
She's recruited into the secret government agency, the Organization. So the secret government agency is called the Organization.
Classic setup.
And must balance her teenage life while performing dangerous undercover missions alongside her computer genius brother Ernie and her sarcastic robot sister Judy.
Robot's a little unexpected, but yeah. So basically they just remade like Agent
Spy
Cody
Kids.
Banks or Spy Kids or what's the other one?
Do you like Boba? She's a math whiz and a karate expert.
Famous Jet Jackson.
Love Famous Jet Jackson.
Yeah, Disney's got a hard on for kid spies, I guess.
Yeah.
But,
so I thought you'd enjoy
nice.
that. It's just funny.
Nice. Casey is undercover.
So like you don't care, but
that is funny that guy's from that show. That's cool.
Yeah, you don't care, but a lot of the fans are like freaking out because that's like her dad on Disney Channel.
We
so it's like cute.
We need to know that guy's name. I forgot to look in the credits for what his character is.
I just said.
No, the character. I don't know the character's name.
It's, I don't know.
Yeah, he's good. Liked him. Rue's life at the strip club is interesting. Rosalia's funny with her bedazzled neck brace.
She's just yelling in Spanish.
That all feels very Euphoria. Very funny.
Yeah, you were a little worried when she got announced as someone. You were like, I hope she's not like cheesy. And I was like, Euphoria never does it wrong. She was perfect. She was just a small part, but it was like funny and it didn't.
Maybe she'll be in it more. Who knows? But yeah no. Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't like you knew it was Rosalia and it was like cringy.
Yeah.
It was good. Okay, yeah. Other than that, I guess the only other heavy part about Rue in terms of like that whole the strip club world of it all. I thought the scene of her calling her mom was like really sad and notable.
Me too. I had that written down. I thought that was excellent. I had that written down for obviously it's very sad, but I made note that that's like a really good scene. That was very very bleak, very powerful.
Yep.
Very just memorable, well acted, well shot. Like
the lights turning off.
It was one of those things where like when that scene ended, you're just like, damn, that was like a hell of a scene. Like they fucking crushed that scene. That was gnarly. The lights turn off. She's there just totally alone at some fucking truck stop.
Yep.
Leaving sad voicemails for her mom, lying that she's sober. Like
I know, and
dark. It was
broke
good.
My heart.
That was a good heavy scene.
It broke my heart when she was like, I know you don't want me to see Gia. I was like, it just shows you, even though there's been such a time jump, that it's giving season 2 and she's yelling and screaming and running around. It's that manipulation of like the minute things go wrong, she's back to like being in that state of an addict where they're like calling and you feel sorry for them. Like I can't imagine being, I guess that's what I got from it, is like imagine being someone's parent and getting that call and having to ignore it for like the best of your family, like meaning protecting Gia, but also like protecting yourself.
Yeah.
It's just, man,
so Rue's officially cut off. She says at one point that she hasn't talked to her mom in 2 years. She says she wonders why Gia doesn't text her back and stuff. So, I mean, we already kind of suspected all this, but this gave us a little bit more about the timeline and stuff. Like 2 years of like no contact with her mom and stuff like that.
Also sad to hear that
that scene was gnarly.
Also sad to hear that she OD'd again. She said that when she was hanging out with Jules in art school. Remember when she's like, me and Jules, like when she starts talking about rekindling with Jules, she says we were in art, she was in art school, I would come hang out. And then she says she had a really bad, I don't know if it was OD, but she says I had a really, I think she did OD. She talks about.
I didn't.
They show her on the mattress in that room, and she's like, I think
she just says like, but I was not like in a very good place, and then she was like, I had relapsed hard again. And
relapsed.
Like,
sorry, you're right.
Yeah,
I said the wrong word.
Yeah,
relapsed, not OD, obviously.
Yeah.
So that was like kind of sad because at the end of season 2, she's like, I'm sober, and you're like, obviously that won't last, but you're sad to hear that she relapses hard, and then it's like back to like
Yeah. Speaking of,
dips.
I guess like kind of also the fantasy elements of this, I was like, Euphoria is carrying on the long tradition of poor people in New York having incredible apartments. Like Jules' art school, you know, apartment is
Oh my god, it was
this massive, gorgeous loft. Like, okay, I'm
Yep.
sure that these two 19-year-old art students can afford this place.
But we love
That's
it.
such a classic like trope where, you know, the poorest people have these insane
Yeah.
industrial places in New York that would really cost like 10 grand a month in real
Sure.
life or something.
But we love it for Euphoria because we know it's
it was
not
fun.
real.
I didn't mind that.
Yeah,
I'm not like complaining about it. It was just a fun bit of you know, non-reality.
Sure. Do you have anything else about like Rue and the whole like angel of it all, just like strip club? Because from there, I was gonna go into Nate's house party, unless you had anything else to say.
Let's see. No, I don't think so.
I'll send her like cute and like journal during the episodes. We literally have like handwritten notes. I just want to make sure we don't miss anything that maybe you had about that. But I think I covered all my points for that like whole. Other than shout out to like the crew though. I did love watching the behind the scenes of them making the sign for the strip club. That was cool.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
And the big legs sticking out of the building, like that's just pretty cool. That it's off the beaten path, but it's also like
yeah. I think it looked like Joshua Tree where we just were. Yeah, I feel like they must have filmed that nearby at least.
Sure.
Before we move off that, the only last thing I'll say is that one interesting thing that was revealed this week, which is not really shocking, is that our boy Alamo is maybe not the smartest. You know, he's obviously doing better than Lori, but he's maybe not the sharpest because having Rue cover up a death is
not the smartest.
an incredibly poor choice.
Sure.
If you trust Rue to clean up a death, it's a fundamental mistake. But yeah, that's about it.
Well, you're bringing up Alamo again. I watched the behind the scenes, and Sam talked about how it was really important to him that they called him a pig. Because he said he likes this like racial tension between both crews. There's like the white redneck and then like the big black guy.
The literal Nazis, as we saw this week. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Nazi flag. Yikes.
Yeah. I mean, not
yikes. So surprising.
It's not that much of a shocker, but it's also like, well, fuck, what's her name? Faye. She's just down with the Nazis. She used to be down with Angus, and now she's down with the Nazis. Like,
I know. I was thinking the same thing.
Major downgrade.
But he was just saying that like the reason they were like fixating on that and kind of like making it comical, but also making sure that it was like a point for him to be upset about that was that he really wanted to play into this like uniqueness of like racial tension. Like he's in his world, he's never been called a pig. Like that's like it's almost like worse than being called like the N-word.
He is more mad about it.
I know, but I'm saying like it was funny. Like he said that they like made notes in the script and that Alamo was like all on it, or the actor that plays him was like, yep, love that. Like we really want to like hone in on making sure that he's like obsessed and like kind of like can't get over it. Like at the club, they're all trying to like change subjects, and he's like, so what? Why do you think she called me that? Like he's really hooked on it. So I just thought that was funny. It's good
gangster writing because, you know, a lot of gangsters in reality probably, but also in fiction traditionally, it's like, you know, they're operating between all these different crews and they're used to all the racist like banter and stuff, and that kind of just all goes under the banner of like business.
Sure.
But calling someone a pig is like a personal like dig. It's like an ego dig as opposed to just like a generic like racial insult that they're probably much more used to. It's like, oh, you went out of your way to say something specific like about me that's just not like your run-of-the-mill like slur. It's something like, you know, that stands out because it's not what they hear every day.
Yep.
That like hits his ego and gets stuck in his brain.
For sure. I also took note that I wonder if he's taking it so personal because he does mention something about like Lori's ass. Like, remember when she was injured?
He says he like put her on the map. He was like, she was just a suburban like.
So I wonder if we're gonna get. I'm sure we will, but I think we're gonna get Lori's backstory soon because I think we're gonna get more context.
I kind of hope we don't. I don't give a fuck about not like. that
I
I
kind of
not
do.
that I
She's a
like don't
character.
find her an
You
interesting
don't care about all the
character.
birds and like her weirdness and her.
I like the I like that they've just hinted enough at her backstory to give you an idea. Like we know what she used to be a teacher, and then she was in like.
I don't remember
Don't
that.
we know something? Wasn't it
What kind of
revealed?
teacher?
I thought it was revealed or like hinted that she used to be like a teacher, and then she
Like
was
a
in a
PE
car
teacher?
accident and got addicted to opiates. And that's not, isn't that how she got into this whole
Oh,
business?
She doesn't. We'll have to look back. I think she tells Rue that when she's giving her the needle in the
Yeah,
bath.
right.
Yeah, I don't remember the details, but
Something like
gosh,
that.
she's a
Like,
teacher.
She was like a normie and then got like addicted after an injury or something, and then got
Yikes.
into that whole world. I
don't think she should be teaching.
Something like that. But yeah, cool.
So okay, moving on. Let's go into Nate's party if you don't mind.
Oh man,
Because it's my favorite.
Oh man, yeah, let's go.
So first off, actually, before the party, I want to note that I'm kind of loving Nate and Cal's like relationship right now. I know, like, hear me out. I think like they're so much alike that they almost can't not like each other. Like, I kind of got this episode that they're kind of like bantering off each other, like have a better relationship. Like I feel like they're kind of like cool now. Not cool, but like
they clearly are.
It was giving like we're kind of buddies, but we don't want to admit we're buddies. That's what I was getting.
I don't really like it because
Really?
my biggest critique of this
Why?
episode is that I feel like the writing of Nate as a character is all over the place, and this season I'm like, he doesn't make.
Tell me why. I'm
any
interested to hear
sense.
you.
The last time they showed Nate and Cal, Nate was going to kill Cal. And it
With a gun.
hasn't been that long. Like the last time we saw them together, he was going to kill him. It hasn't been that long.
5 years.
And they're like,
a lot can change in
and
5
they're
years.
this cool again, where he just shows up at the house and gets invited in for beers, and like they're like, you know, bantering and stuff. Like it feels, you know, maybe this will change as the season goes on, and we'll get enough like backstory on what happened there. But it felt a little to me like the writing in like a bad like network TV show. It was
Really?
reminding me of
Oh, I was liking it.
it was reminding me of One Tree Hill when they're like there's a time jump and now Dan is dating like the hoe from like high school, and then they just are like, yeah, like there's like a throwaway line that's like, oh, they met this one time at rehab and now they're together, and then it's just like now the status quo is completely different, the characters are completely different, and you get zero explanation, and it just is like very jarring. I'm like, Nate is a completely different person this season, and it doesn't make
last episode.
any sense. And it's less that it's like, oh, it's not that it's impossible to like draw the line eventually over the season from how he got to this point. It's more that like he's just being portrayed as a completely different person. Like he was a legitimate like
psychopath.
Sure,
like a killer. I agree.
They hint that like he maybe killed the mysterious third little brother that we still don't know what happened to. There's hints that Nate killed him. Like we don't really know what happened, but like he was a legit psychopath. He was choking women. He was trying to kill his dad.
Sure.
He was like an absolute like evil, bad to the bone.
Sure.
Can I
interject though?
Yes.
I do think though, sometimes, especially in parental relationships, I think maybe he feels like at least Cal has finally stepped into what he really is, which is like, I'm gay. I don't care. Like he has been very open. So I think it maybe Nate's been a little more forgiving, because before Cal was always putting on this fucking facade of like being this like neighborhood dad, a coach. He cared about football. So maybe Nate all along was like kind of.
That's what Nate wanted. He was trying to preserve that image of his
I know,
dad
but,
so
but
desperately.
there's been
right?
a time jump. So I'm like, maybe though, now he's kind of like, well, my dad's gay. He's crazy. He's drunk. They're like, I don't know if you noticed, they're like 8 Heinekens in front of him at the counter, which I love. Like, he's clearly just sauntering around, like, just out of jail. Now the business is in Nate's hands. I think he's just kind of like living his
he is
crazy
like,
queer life, like,
yeah.
you know. So I'm like, I don't know. Maybe he's just kind of like doesn't have as much animosity, because what's there to be so angry about? He's no longer on Nate's ass. He doesn't care. He's now on other guys' asses, literally. Like he does not. He's not like breathing down Nate's throat And I think maybe like it's good for their relationship. I don't know. I was kind of liking it.
How would they even have a relationship? He was gonna kill him. How did they come back from that? Like, in 5 years, like that's.
Well,
I mean, it's possible. I know
sure.
it's possible, and maybe it'll
I
all
also
be
have
explained.
another theory.
But the way they're writing Nate, and it's not just the stuff with Cal, the stuff with Cassie. I'm like, who is the Nate Jacobs of season 3? He is a completely different person than the Nate Jacobs of season 2. He would have never been doing this whole back and forth shenanigans with Cassie, entertaining this whole flowers thing. He would have shut that shit down like that. He would have probably choked her ass. And this whole, and he's like kind of funny now. Like he's doing this like comedic like back and forth with Juana, and he's like save the pigs in the blanket, and she's asking about everything, and it's all kind of like funny.
Sure.
Like, who is this person? He's completely different. And
I don't know.
Again, maybe this will all be explained, but the characterization of him this season is like couldn't be more night and day. And so far, I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Again, though,
it's gonna be tough to explain this. I guess.
I think my guess is that he had a lot of oppressed, like he was just this bottle waiting to fucking like he was like when you get a bottle out of a vending machine, you like shake it and then you open it and it goes like everywhere. I think that was like his teenage years, but now like everything's out on the table. Like all the stuff that was bothering before, the tape, his dad like getting with younger like girls that went to school with him, like that was like what was kind of, in my opinion, like driving all of his like anger.
It seemed like it was deep. Like it seemed like it was like a like brain thing. Like it seemed like he was like a born from the womb like psychopath though. It didn't seem like it was like, oh, just this is just external factors driving him to this. He felt like a real fucking scary like psychopath character. Like he was a scary fucking bad to the bone guy, and now I'm like, where did all that go? Like,
on a softer note,
I don't know. We'll find out.
Part of me, I'm not positive, but a part of me is also like, given Eric Dane's situation, I wonder if they wanted to write something a little more, because I don't know like how much you know, but like his ALS was like accelerating really fast when they were doing this, and I wonder if Sam just like out of grace, this is just like a guess, I don't really think this, but maybe they were like, let's have them have some nice moments. Like, let's not have his character go out, literally, like, with something really negative. Maybe they wanted it to be more comical, more light. I'm not positive. I don't know.
Cal's funny. They're both funny. Like, Nate's funny in this season.
I know, I like it. I don't like it, but I agree with you. It is jarring.
It's weird, though.
It's weird. But, I don't know. We'll see.
But
I think next episode we'll find more, is what I'll just say that.
Yeah.
But past that, so the party.
ABDL, ABDL.
Do you want to explain what ABDL is for anyone who's... Oh, wait, they do in the show.
Well, no, they don't explicitly say it. But so if you've been with us since season 1, you'll remember this isn't the first time that ABDL has
been brought up.
Has popped up on Euphoria.
Hey, pics.
In season 1, Kat is engaging with an ABDL, which stands for Adult Baby Diaper Lover, which is a fetish community designation. It's kind of like BDSM, where it's really combining two things, which are adult babies and diaper lovers, which are two different, distinct groups. I've watched an entire documentary about this.
Is it on Vice?
I don't like. I
for
think
anyone
so.
who wants to watch
I think it is.
Okay, yeah. For anyone who's interested,
it's like I typically will avoid kink shaming, but this one's just too fucking funny. So I'm always gonna roast the ABDLs. Plus, the way it touches on like child adjacent stuff is frankly like very gross.
Disgusting.
Some of this community claims it's just fully non-sexual, and maybe
if you're interested,
I don't know about
fucking
that,
someone
but
with a diaper.
yeah. So, anyways, Sam Levinson clearly shares my thoughts that ABDLs are fucking hilarious, and
crazy.
He's probably seen the same documentaries because it's shown up twice in Euphoria now.
Yeah, I love Cassie's eyes though. I wrote I have never ever been happier that Cassie's eyes light up with like glee when she goes diaper. She literally says diaper and her eyes are like, she's amped. She's telling her friend. I was thinking, God, she really is stupid. She is just
the girl's like, that's sick, and she's like, I know.
I know. She's like excited about a diaper. I'm like, who has that much glee over a diaper? I was like,
she fucking loves it. She's an ABDL now. When when that whole scene transpired, we were not together, and I was just aggressively blasting you with all caps text that just said ABDL, ABDL, because I'm fucking floored that it's shown up again.
I
A
know.
whole, like,
Diapers.
skip the season. We didn't get any in season 2, but season 3 we're back, baby. We got
Diapers on
diapers in
diapers.
Euphoria again.
Diaper
for the second time. We got
Diaper-phoria.
Diaper-phoria.
I love
It's fucking
Diaper-phoria.
unreal that Sam brought that back, and
Well-
I can't say I don't love him for it.
Yeah, no, Cassie's, like, again, she's ecstatic to be in a diaper. And you know what?
The comedic timing of those scenes, especially they're like friends, the couple. Their
love that whole
conversations
scene.
are fucking hilarious. Those were some of like the funniest scenes in all of Euphoria. The wife scene with Cassie, and then
Yep.
the husband and wife scene together was really fucking funny. What's he
Yeah.
say? He's like, what's the line about the diapers when they're talking? It's so good.
You can look for it, but but while they're in the kitchen, I also was laughing.
She dresses up like she's like an adult baby, and he goes, "What the fuck, an adult baby?"
Because that should be the genuine reaction when you hear someone
It's so
talking
good.
about
It's,
doing OnlyFans with diapers.
It's fucking madness. Okay, anyways.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, we could go.
I can't believe the ABDL interrupted their investment party, though.
Alex and I are the most immature, and we could go on and on about the diapers.
Yeah.
So we gotta draw the line here. We gotta.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say also, I really loved that the housemaid, my favorite, was when she was like, "Mr. Nate, the vegetables, the this," and then I love
asking
how
him every item. The
but
macaroni.
also she calls out like in front of his friends, like, "Are you sure you might want to save this?" And I think she's like hinting like they don't have money, so you're like, save the food. Someone wrote that in a meme, like,
Interesting.
love that the housemaid's like clocking, like shitting on him in front of his friends because they're
Yeah.
not obviously like treating her the best. So she does. I rewatched it, and she does say like, "Are you sure?" Because times are like, she says something like, "Times are hard. We should save these." And he's like, just, oh. He's like
Yeah,
shutting
but then
it
he
down.
does want those pigs in a blanket.
But then later he's like, "Yeah, can we save that?"
He do want the pigs in a blanket, though. Fair.
Yeah.
Understandable. But
A
that
lot
was
of
all
people
pretty funny.
also. I didn't pick up on this, but I was online. A lot of people were circulating that they were getting like gay vibes from Nate in this episode, and I could not figure out what that's from. What did you pick up
on my
on?
second watch? I paid attention to that. There's just one scene. It's when he's talking to the guy that he wants to get to invest that has the 2 collars. And he hands him just a bare sausage like this, and the guy takes it from him. And after the guy takes it from him, Nate goes like this, and like sucks his finger, like kind of like
How did
flirty.
I miss this?
And it's just weird in the first place that he's just handing him like bare handing him like
It's
a
just a
sausage.
hot dog?
It's
Like,
not in a
what
bun.
size?
It's a sausage. It's like
Is
a
it like big
bratwurst.
or like tiny?
It's just a
Like, little
normal
smoky?
bratwurst. No, it's a bratwurst like that,
Oh,
like wow. Average. And he just hands it to him like this, and the guy takes it from him with his bare hand. So that's just
Okay.
obviously that's a little sexual,
It is,
and
of
it's
course
also
it
just a bizarre interaction.
Of
And then
course. We've
Nate kind of
also-
licks his little finger after that.
Well, we've also like from season
So,
one.
yeah.
From season one, we've said that Nate, the sexuality is very questionable.
Yeah,
We
he's
don't
got
really
some,
know.
He's got some
Bi,
repression,
gay,
whatever
straight,
going on.
who knows?
Yeah, I also liked that Nate has his massive football trophy in his office,
He
right next to
does?
his desk. When Cal's in there talking to him, it's like this tall, and it's sitting right behind his desk.
So stupid.
So classic.
From high school.
Classic.
Cool.
It's just like classic Nate.
Well,
Um,
other than that, is there anything else from the party, I guess, first? Because that kind of covers it all, I feel like.
I really liked when Cal said, "Once you give into temptation, it knows no limits," because it sounds like a line from Hellraiser. And he just was like, he was giving like Hellraiser vibes in that whole scene. He was like destroyed by
What was
his
he
like
referring to?
hedonism. He was talking about like his interest in like sex and drugs. Like he was just saying how like his
Nate's interest? How did that come up?
Cal was saying this
Cal was saying this about who?
about himself.
Got
He
it.
was talking about how his like lust
Got it.
like
I thought you
destroyed
meant
his
Nate. I was
life and
confused.
like
You gotta
know,
like
he-
explain more for me.
yeah.
I'm like, what?
I thought that was good. I also thought it was the scene Cal in this like season. I was like, they really have done a good job with his character, because in season 1 you're like, fuck this guy, he's such a villain, and by season 2 he's just like so much more sympathetic. And they didn't do the classic thing where they just show you a shitty person's backstory and then expect you to feel bad for him. He
Sure.
really has like changed and really is like such a different person.
Hmm.
And I think it's good writing the way that he's like evolved over the seasons to the point where you now feel like some sympathy for him and stuff. It's been like kind of like an earned journey. They didn't just be
Sure.
like, here's his tragic backstory about being gay and like now you're supposed to like feel bad for him. They actually like kind of earned it through like
Hmm.
consistently good storytelling.
And yeah, I'll cheers to Eric Dane. I have to. Like, he's so good in it. And it
Absolutely.
makes me
He
really
really is
sad.
good. And he's still very funny and charismatic, like in
So
this
good.
season.
It's also cute in the behind the scenes clips. He talks about how going back was like so easy despite his diagnosis because he said Euphoria always made him feel so at home and so comfortable. So I thought that was really endearing, but also Alex and I like I mean it's no everyone knows. Like obviously we've always wanted to interview anyone that we can get, but Eric Dane was always so
Mhm.
high on our list because of the cooks, like and just how funny he is. He was always such a like he was
Great.
one of our favorite
Yeah,
characters.
he's very good.
Still is our one of our favorite characters. Like he was on the top 5. Like dream, get him on the pod.
Well,
So
season 2, he just has such a wild turnaround,
so
and he's so
fun
fun.
when he's
Like
pissing all over the foyer. Like
amazing.
so good. So yeah, Eric Dane, rest in peace.
Totally. Yeah, I think the my final note is I found it very appropriate that Nate is in the death business because even though his character has turned around a lot, he has the history I was just talking about where he's like, you know, traditionally been portrayed as a psychopath, someone that was willing to
Oh,
kill his own father, who maybe killed his secret little son, third brother that we
yeah,
still don't know about, and I was like, yeah, appropriate that he's in
the
the
death
business of
business.
death. Yeah,
I also think
I
like
think that's
there's
it for me.
obviously a very strong foreshadowing that shit's gonna go down with Nate because he's in some deep shit.
Of course. I mean, that's like
It's
kind of
not great.
he's in the real estate, land development, California. That all gets really shady really
Hmm.
fast. He's in debt. It's
Yeah.
yeah, it's bad.
Next episode's gonna be a wild one. I have an inkling. I
Yep.
think it's gonna be a wild ride. Um,
Uh-huh.
not the party so much, but I did want to note the scene of him and Cassie like in bed later, and like she's like rubbing lotion on her legs, and they're talking about stuff, and
Silence of the Lambs.
I was thinking, no, I was not thinking of Silence of the Lambs, but calm down. God, I keep thinking about diapers. And I just can't get out. Every time
What
I'm
the
like
hell,
talking
Paige? What
about
the fuck is
Cassie,
wrong with you?
every time I think of Cassie, I just think diapers. Anyways, I was thinking again to your note of him being so different. I again will like reiterate how sweet he seems with Cassie. Like in that whole scene, she like is like, not everybody loves you, and it's like very flirty, and he's like, yeah, you're so right. And then they like make out, and I'm like, old Nate would have
Bizarre.
been like, excuse me, like
Yeah, so
clocked her.
weird.
Like
Very
it was just
weird.
like he almost like giggled and was like cute and was like ready to like go to
Yeah,
bed, and I was like, what? Like
totally weird.
old Nate, that ego, like that. There's no way.
Very weird. Yeah.
So, but I do like also that she kind of like tries to be like my Maddie. It's like Cassie, shut the, just stop.
I know.
So the only other note, obviously, is the end, which is Rue and Jules. Last scene, penthouse.
Yes. Duh.
I will say the whole elevator ride up. I loved the tension. I thought it was shot great. It kind of brought such a flood. I don't know about you, but for me, about sometimes I just forget how much I love their relationship because we've seen so it's been such a roller coaster. And when they were in that elevator, I was like rooting for them to be together. It's like so
Yeah.
cheesy, but I
I've
was
always
like,
been
come
pro. I've
on.
always been pro them together, and I still am.
Same.
You know, I
So
thought I thought that was all cool. I liked that they didn't drag out their reunion. Like
no.
I thought there was a chance we weren't gonna see them together for like episodes and
Oh
episodes. I
really?
like that they just like got that out of the way right off the bat almost, and like they
Mhm.
already are like, you know, I think it just sets up the rest of the season to be more interesting about where they're gonna go now that
Agreed.
we've already seen them see each other and hook up. And
Sure. I also think too,
Jules had a great purse too.
Alex knows this about me, but as such a lover of like nostalgia, I'm like such a daydreamer. Like Alex knows, like I'm the type where at our wedding I literally invited like pretty much all my exes. Like I just like the idea of like reverting backward and seeing someone that's like was in such a time capsule part of your life. And I love, like, to your mention that when they're together, it's so clear that, like, no time has passed. Like, even though they both have gone
Yeah.
such different ways, there's something
They
fun
still
and,
have
like,
chemistry.
flirty about it.
Right.
And so I think that's, like, that everyone has that, like, desire of, like, "Oh, like, what would it be if I was, like, with this person?" Or, like, high school again, like, all the old flame, if you will. Like, so I liked
Sure.
seeing it was fun when she's, like, in the hallway and she's like, "What up?" And it's like it's just like, "Oh, we're right back." Like, there's nothing that's changed really, but I also was laughing, this is really silly, but that Jules' purse was like a shoe.
Yeah, it was sick. That was cool.
It was a Balenciaga clutch, I looked it up.
Yeah, it was cool.
I also did not notice that her dress was covered in bras. Did you?
No?
So that dress, I thought it was like a floral pattern. I looked closely and looked it up. It's a dress just covered in bras sewn onto a dress. Like
Interesting. I'll
layers
have to take
and
another look
layers
at
of
it.
bras. And I was
That's
like,
cool.
oh, I gotta like write that down. Because I did not pick up on that at all. But her whole dress from head to toe is just like stapled bras like everywhere.
Cool.
So I was like, okay. Just wanted to make it a little funny. Okay,
He's making the best of that sugar baby life.
here's my last big take on my end.
All right, hit
I
me.
want to see what you think. The internet has been going wild. People think that Joel's sugar daddy is Nate.
No. No way.
I don't think so.
You think Nate and Cassie are poor because he's funding
Yes.
that fucking
Mhm.
penthouse?
Yeah, a lot of the internet is spiraling and saying
Nah.
that it's Nate, and she's not telling Rue much about it because it's Nate.
I don't buy it.
We'll see.
That sounds like a fan. That sounds like that has all the hallmarks of a classic fan theory to me.
Sure. I thought it was funny though.
Prove me wrong. It's an interesting thought.
We always like
but,
to-
I don't buy it. It's
You
an
and
interesting thought.
You and I dissect more bizarre theories than this, so I thought I did not pick that up at all. Meaning I did not watch the episode once and think that was, oh, her sugar daddy's Nate, but the whole internet's been like, it's Nate. That's why he's broke. He's funding Jules' life, and he's living this like, and that's why he's nice to Cassie, because he's just kind of like, I've got this like other thing going on that's like really good. So he's kind of distracted, like
We'll
meaning
see.
he's not like as mean and stuff because he's living
just
this
doesn't
like
care.
other life. Yeah, he doesn't give a fuck.
We'll see.
So I don't know. Interesting. Would you die if that was it? I would die. I'd be like, that's weird.
I kind of hate that, but we'll
Same.
see.
Same.
It's an
But that's
interesting
it.
thought. I feel like that's definitely just. I feel like that won't be the case, but we'll see. It's an interesting thought.
So that was like my last note.
Cool.
Wouldn't that be crazy?
That would be crazy.
They also
I don't
said
think I'd like
that
that, but it's certainly an interesting idea.
another cool part of Jules' outfit that I forgot to mention was her wig. I guess it was like 50 inches of hair. And they said that it was giving like Sam wanted it to be literally like she's Rapunzel, like in a pen, like
Well,
a
I saw the
tower.
really long one that's in her dressing room.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw
But he
that.
said like the
That's cool.
inspo was like she's like kind of trapped in this like life, and she's just living like above it all, but like isn't really happy. Like
Yeah, I was like, why's she doing sugar baby stuff? Like she's got her dad. Like she's not like hurting for money. Is it just like is she just into it? Is it just
I think it's
get
a
a
mix.
job? Like, you know, what are you doing?
Get a job.
Jules is smart. She's
Jules, get a
cool.
job.
Like, get a job.
Well, okay. Here's what I think. I knew you were going to bring that up. I feel like it makes sexual sense. I think in the beginning, when we first meet Jules, she's very like sex positive. She's very like, even with Cal, like it's not like that was so traumatizing for her. She was kinda like, oh shit, at the carnival, like there's that kind of fucked.
Yeah.
So I think she's always been kind of intrigued by like sex work, but now she's doing one that's like doesn't require that much work, but is giving her the lifestyle to like paint, do art, kind of just like lay back. I don't think she was ever giving like, I'm so motivated, I'm gonna be a she boss, like I'm gonna go work a corporate life. Like I never got that from her. So if anything, I don't find this shocking at all. I think it's a G-rated way for her to keep doing like stuff she feels confident in and knows like I can run this. Like she never had an issue like season 1.
I think, okay, here's my theory.
Okay.
The person that whoever her sugar daddy is like a big bad like player that's probably holding something over Nate. Nate's probably like gonna get fucked by this guy. I bet he's got to be to have a penthouse
As
like
revenge, or no? She's given up on Nate. What do you mean?
No, I don't think she knows. Like, I bet he's gonna get brought in to because he probably owes this motherfucker money and is in trouble. Like, I think he's in big trouble, and the guy he's in big trouble with isn't this like coffin guy. He's in way bigger trouble than that with some big bad LA guy, and I think it's probably that guy. I don't think there's any way Nate can afford that penthouse. I don't think he has the money.
I don't think so either.
That doesn't make sense. He doesn't have the money for
Again, I didn't say
this
this as like that's my view. To make that very clear on the record, I didn't think that up. I'm letting you know. I saw it online.
That's like a big, bad, like serious player like spot. So I think the guy she's sugar daddying for is someone that's over Nate that he's gonna get in trouble with.
I agree. I also
maybe
think
that'll bring them together, but
just like past seasons, I agree with you that this is just a bizarre like it's like the Euphoria fans just clawing for something.
We'll see. I mean, I could see why someone would say that, but I don't think it's what's going on.
Same.
Cool. I have a question for our fans before we go.
Okay.
What the fuck were Cassie and her friend eating in episode 1 when they're out by the pool? They have a big bowl of things, and whatever's in the bowl.
I'm glad Alex used this.
Whatever's
as, like,
in the bowl looks like those. It looks like the drug bags that Rue and Faye are swallowing.
They look like mozzarella balls.
They're not, obviously, but they have a big bowl of like white balls. They're not deviled eggs, but they have this big bowl of white balls out by the pool. And
boiled
I'm like,
eggs.
What the
they look
fuck?
like boiled eggs in a bowl.
Maybe they're boiled eggs.
That's nasty. Who the fuck wants to eat boiled eggs? And
so
you know what?
If you know what the hell they were eating out by the pool in episode 1, let us know.
So what we're saying is Cassie's eating boiled eggs and then wearing a diaper and then filming OnlyFans. That's hot.
Yes.
On that note, I think we should end on Cassie eating boiled eggs and filming OnlyFans in a diaper.
That can be the episode title.
That can be the episode title.
She's eating boiled eggs in hell. She's eating boiled eggs in a diaper.
So stupid.
In hell.
So stupid.
All right, cool.
Anything else that you think of? The only other thing that I thought was kind of sad, and it's outside of like the recap, but I did feel it was like interesting, and I just wanted to hear what you thought. I've noticed, again, Zendaya is not in any of the behind the scenes. Like in Euphoria, like they don't interview her ever. They interview every single character and what they think about what's going on, and she is never in it. That's weird. Like in past seasons, she was the main one though. Like they were always like, she's the main character. You don't find that weird?
I don't know what to make of it. I don't know what to make of it. Like, what am I supposed to take away from that? Like, I'm supposed to infer that she has some feud with Sam Levinson behind the scenes because she's not in the behind the scenes, and then
I don't know.
I don't know what's the takeaway. I guess like what's the significance of it?
It makes me sad. I feel like she had such a love for Euphoria. So as a fan, put all the beef aside. I'm not even trying to get in the weeds. I'm kind of bummed. Like I would like to hear like from her. She's the main fucking character. I don't want to hear about Cassie and her dog playing diapers. I want to hear about the real, the real beef of it, which is Rue. And in all the behind the scenes, I'm just sad not to see her. And I've noticed fans also saying that and calling it out. So that was the only hanging.
We're only 2 episodes in. Maybe she'll be in other ones.
She's the main character of both episodes and has like the most acting of all the characters.
This was a Maddie episode.
All right. Just saying, I'm sad.
All right.
I think Zendaya's taking a step back, and that makes me sad.
Well, whatever. She shouldn't be. The season's great so far, I think.
She should be proud of it.
I agree.
Well, also, like, with everything being said about diapers and what was Cassie eating by the pool, I wanted to reiterate and bring up our Bitch You Better Be Joking. There's a link in our Instagram. I'll keep posting it. But essentially, it's a really quick, you just literally click it and you can record a voicemail for us to listen to. And we'd love to feature on the podcast. I feel like it'll be a good conversation starter. I just want to hear what other people are thinking about the show. You could give us a hot take, an opinion. You can literally just say something as easy as, what was Cassie eating by the pool? I think it was a boiled egg.
Please tell me. I would like to know.
There is no hierarchy here. We're not expecting anything deep. It could be funny. It could be really deep. The scale goes 1 to 10. So just wanted to throw that out there because I would love to showcase that on the podcast. And I think it'd be fun.
Bitchin'.
I get tired of hearing our perspectives. I want to hear like what our listeners have to say too and kind of weigh in.
Tell us why we're wrong. Tell us we talk about diapers too much.
Don't tell us we need to bathe, though. I'll be pissed. I don't need to bathe. I shower regularly. Walamo is looking just fine.
Walamo.
Alamo. On that note, is there anything else?
Nope.
I'm so excited for the wedding.
That's euphoric.
Such an abrupt ending.
That's
I
okay.
had more thoughts.
See you next. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, please.
You're so awkward. I was going to say, I'm excited for the wedding, and I think next week's going to be a lot of fun, and I hope everyone's enjoying this season. And please, please, please leave us a voicemail because I really want to talk to all of our listeners. And we just appreciate all the support and the patience, and now we can cheers and say that's so euphoric. Alex, trying to rush us out of here. Where do you gotta be?
My bad.
It's like Alex has some like diaper videos he's gotta watch or something.
See you next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday. Like today's episode? Great. We love that for you. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Leave us a podcast review on Apple, Spotify, or wherever the fuck you listen to us weekly. And be sure to follow us on Instagram at @so_euphoric for all the Euphoria updates you could ever possibly want in your life. Thanks for tuning in. Peace out, bitches.